Well, the issue wasn't going to be that I was going to co-cast with him. The issue was that these are two really cool tours. Nation Wars and the Ribbon PvP tour are really cool, and we would prefer if people could watch both of them. So it would be like, as soon as I finish, Elegant starts up, but it's not going to work out that way this time. Alright, so in the top position, as the Teal Protoss. Oh, whoops. My bad. Teal Protoss is Wands. Wands. No. I'm not going to be joining Elegant after. Honestly, at the rate it's going, I'm actually going to finish before Elegant does. Or, excuse me, finish after Elegant does. SAS Lock Dog. Alright. So, we've seen Lockdog play. We know what Lockdog likes to do. It tends to be lots of Zealots early into Scouts. Zealots into Scouts. I need to reset the score. Need that. And Wands also digging the Forge FE route, which I think is going to work out well. I definitely like it on this map a lot more than I did on Icarus, but it worked out well on Icarus. So now, whoops, I never did change Lockdog's color. So, I really do think that if Lockdog attacks the Forge FE, he loses. Not loses the game, but loses that engagement and is just behind. He lost the early army that he had, and he's going to be behind economically. But if Lockdog sees this fast FE... The fast FE, the fast expand? Yes, the fast expand. Then he can expand twice on his own and be ahead in the same way that typically when a player goes to like 12 decks in PvP, the opposing player can double expand. And in this scenario, it's actually going to be a little bit safer than when a player double expands against a 12 decks. Wow. Those are some confused probes. Alright, Zealot almost getting in, and oh. Alright, those probes were coming to block the single Zealot. Not necessary though, as that one probe was enough to hold the Zealot back, trading a Zealot for a probe. Alright, so Lockdog has his... This is looking a lot like a normal PvP build. Like, Gateway, then Cybercore, then Expo? Where's the Stargate? Alright, there's a Forge. I don't like this decision, actually. I don't like the idea of going for a Forge now. He really doesn't need it. Because he's going to be absolutely safe. And he can see with his probe that his opponent's not going Stargate yet. And if he catches the Stargate early, he has enough time to do a reactionary Forge. To throw out the Forge as soon as he sees the Stargate and then get the cannons in time. But instead he's just going to play it really safe. Despite he has a scouting probe. That's a little bit of a shame. It could... Alright. Alright. So, a little bit of a cannon rush. Little bit of a cannon rush here. That cannon's actually going to finish first, and is going to do a lot of damage to these cannons before they can come in. It beats the first cannon, but I don't think it can kill the other cannons fast enough. Unfortunately. So, interesting. FE into Cannon Rush. Now, actually, you know, I keep saying FE, it's not an FE. He just Cannon Rushed instead. That's where all of his money went. So Lockdog is going to come over here. He's going to expand, and it's still even in base count. I mean, he's like, they're both on one base. Lockdog has slightly more supply. He certainly has better tech. I mean, this is going to be a success. Normally, when the Cannon Rush takes out the Nexus, the game's over. But in this case, not quite. Not quite. Oh, we do have a Reaver on the way, which, I think is going to be in time to save the Nexus. I don't think he has to lose the Nexus here. And another probe. Did that probe just walk in? No. No, that probe didn't. I don't think that probe just walked in. Possibly going to be building some more cannons. But then again, all the cannons can just be killed by the Reaver, which is coming. It's coming to save the Nexus. Slowly. Alright, there we go. So Nexus saved for now. And the rest of it will be taken care of. Lockdog's getting a scout. I'm surprised we don't see the shuttle to try to bring the Reaver over to do a little bit of harass. But instead, Juan's getting a Stargate of his own. It's going to be a lot later. And the scout's almost done. So the scout, does it have any time? I mean, this cannon's going to be up in time. But the cannon over here might not, if it even starts at all. Alright. So Reaver taking it out. It is going to be 2 base versus 2 base. As Lockdog didn't lose any probes from the Cannon Rush, so we can just transfer them back. And Wands is transferring probes over to here, so... Odd start to the game. Odd start to a game. And what's the scout doing? Shooting at the cannon? Can it actually beat the cannon? Can it actually beat the cannon? The cannon's increasing in health faster. No, it's like almost identical. So eventually the cannon will stop healing itself. And then it'll get a few shots off at the scout before dying. Alright. So yeah, the scout can beat that one, but it can't beat this one. Taking some hits from the Corsair, taking some hits from the cannon. And the scout's gonna fly away. Juan's a very fast +1 air weapons. And he's just going straight for Corsairs. So Juan's taking different tact. I don't think we've seen anybody go immediately for Corsairs. Once we saw somebody get a single, or I think twice now, we've seen somebody get a single scout. No, it was one time we saw somebody go scout first and then a bunch of Corsairs. But nobody's gone straight Corsair. And Lockdog's moving out with his Reaver. So the Corsair not going to be terribly effective at harass against, or anti-harass, as a scout would be, but man, getting lucky, catching the shuttle in transit. And Lockdog, he's going to lose the shuttle. He can't save it. This is too much. It's just a matter of, does he drop the Reaver in a safe place or in a dangerous place? And trying to find a spot to drop the Reaver. He gets it off. He's going to get one Scarab. Oh! It was a great one Scarab. 17 kills off of 2 Scarabs. That first Scarab got 14... No, okay. Oh, wait, I take it back. I take it back. Because some of those were cannon kills. Okay, it wasn't quite that good. It wasn't quite that good, but still. Like, ridiculously lucky. Ridiculously lucky first Scarab. And then getting 3 more after that. I guess it was worth sacrificing the Reaver for. Alright. So, Stargate. Still pumping out the scouts. Still pumping out the scouts. And we have a Citadel, not... I don't even know what that's going to be for. I assume Archons? I'm going to guess Archons. Wands has his robotic support, has his robo facility. So, with a good enough number of Corsair... Did he shop Corsair production? It looks like it. Now we have a couple of scouts out. So, with the Scout Reaver, might be able to find some holes in Lockdog's defense. Alright. And we have Lockdog getting the Fleet Beacon. I assume it's for Scout Speed. I'm gonna guess it's for Scout Speed, unless... No, he doesn't have the next level of upgrades. We shall see. Alright, where's the trap probe? Just out of curiosity. Oh, it's not even trapped. It's just control grouped in. Oh, they took it out. Alright, so 4 scouts, 2 Corsairs, a shuttle with a Reaver and a Zealot in it. Interesting harass opportunity. Interesting harass opportunity. We have a shuttle out for Lockdog, but nothing in it right now. And ooh, Lockdog's moving out with a couple of Zealots. A pretty unfortunate time. Here come the scouts to try to ward this away, but the Corsairs should do some good damage here. The Reaver, not able to get off the same kind of probe kill levels, and here comes the DT. The Zealot should hopefully realize, like, should have tipped it off. Oh, he doesn't have a shuttle anymore. Shuttle got sniped. This is a little bit unfortunate. And he is going to end up losing... he's going to end up losing the Reaver, and the scouts could not kill any of those probes from the gas mining. Lockdog thinking about a DT drop and then backing off. Interesting. Alright, he's just coming in from a different angle. Obviously his shuttle speed is done. His scout speed is on the way. Gonna drop 1 DT here. But this is an island. The DT can't get off of it. I guess it's just going to block the expo. And then drop the other 2 DTs down here to shut down the hidden expo temp from Wands. I really think that if you're going to go for... If you're not going to go for a close expo, you really should be taking one of the islands. I think you're a lot safer that way. Alright, and Wands is going in for some more harass. This time no Reaver, just Scout Corsair. Do we have D-Web? We don't have D-Web. So the cannons are going to do a lot of damage here. But Wands has a higher scout count with +1. So we'll see if he's able to do anything. See if he's able to make something happen. Ooh. Well, I take that back. There's a Reaver. He's just a little bit late to the party. And oh, big Archon shots. Archon shots are so dangerous right now. The Archon going for the shuttle does not quite get it. Now the Reaver's moving in. Oh man, are those clumped up? Are those clumped up? Oh, a huge hit. 10 kills to start off for that Reaver. That one was a genuine 10 kills. The shuttle is dead, so the Reaver will not be able to, can't be saved. But that's a great start to the harass, and now there are still scouts and Corsairs doing damage here. You have Lockdog, he's working on his hidden expo. That one is on the island, so I think Lockdog has the right idea in terms of hidden expos, but ouch. Heavy hit with the Reaver. Right now, Lockdog at 91 supply, Wands at 97, and supply blocked. With 4 more scouts on the way. DT? Can't get in there to cannon. Alright, so Lockdog getting Zealot leg speed. Might be thinking about getting Zealots, I guess. Interesting. Zealots can be, speed lots specifically, can be really effective in just in terms of harass. If you know that there's a base, but you don't have a whole lot, you can send the Zealots there, they can deal with a good number of cannons. Assuming you send about 7. Alright, 1 zealot. Does not care. Does not care. Doesn't care. Doesn't care. Doesn't care. It takes so many shots to kill that zealot. Alright. Wow, +1 armor on the zealots too. Not getting that shield upgrade. I guess he doesn't want that many Archons. And we have 2 shuttles. Neither of them filled. So these will be for some harass, but could be for DT drops. Could be for some speed lot drops. Man, nothing to say there can't be storm drops either. And here come the scouts. It looks like Wands, he didn't know about this base as the Corsairs just moved into cannon range. Wow, I thought he was going to be able to take that out. I guess there are a good number of cannons here. And actually spreading them out a lot, just in case of D-Web or in case of a Reaver. Is there a... Ah, there's the fleet beacon for Wands. We'll see what he gets out of it first. As he could use some speed, could possibly use some D-Web. Could just use higher upgrades, as he's at 1-0. Alright, loading up the speed lots. What are your upgrades looking like? We have 1-1 on the way for the Zealots. And I don't see anything in Lockdog's Air Force right now. Oh, there's the Air Force. Alright. 1-1 on the Zealots, 2-0 coming up for the Scouts. And the Speed Shuttle's moving out again. Juan's going for another expansion. This inner base is a little bit closer, but it's also a little bit closer to his opponent. This one's going to be farther away from both. Doesn't matter. DT sees it and will shut it down. Juan's is setting up this base, however. The cannons are going to be in time because the Zealots had to unload first. But I don't know if it's just enough cannons. That's a lot of Zealots to be dealing with. And as I said, when you send around 7, and 8 is a number that's around 7, it can deal with quite a few cannons. Right, a few cannons. So Juan's just had 2 of his own expos shut down there. Scouts coming in. He's not going to cancel the Nexus, actually. He's just going to use the Scouts to defend, and all the cannons die. But the Zealots will not be able to finish off the Nexus. Nexus lives. Alright, this time I'm bringing in 2 Archons and 4 Zealots, so we'll be a little bit better suited to deal with Scouts. And we have Lockdog taking another base. It's going to be 4 bases for Lockdog compared to just 3 for Wands once it gets established. And oh, so close, yet so far. And now all the units are going to be on the complete wrong side of the map. Lockdog might have even been better off waiting for 10 more seconds, so that they were completely on the other side. He saw with the DT. He saw with the DT that it was moving out, but still. Going to be able to actually take out the base this time. And that is very unfortunate. Meanwhile, where did they all go? They're all down here. I don't know if he ever did pick up the D-Web, or if he picked up speed. Oh man, and there's 1 DT. There's 1 DT to shut down... 1 DT to shut down the Reavers. All the probes getting picked off by the Archons over here. Alright. And we do have D-Web. Alright, he did pick up D-Web, but the Reaver's going to go down anyway. If he has D-Web, the Reaver's not as important. He just needs to get them on cannons. Get them on cannons. There we go. That's going to hit 2 of them, and the Corsairs are doing a great job pushing the Scouts back as the Juan Scouts just clean up stuff from the back. And this is going to be a good engagement for Wands. Unfortunately, though, there are some units in his main. They have snuck in through the little passage over here and might be able to take out something. The Archon prevents the Scouts from just coming over. We'll have to pay attention to what buildings they're able to kill. Oh, we do have an observer now. And they almost get the fleet beacon. Change direction, go for the cannon instead. And are now starting on the Robo and and the other Robo. Both of the Robos. Next is taken out. All the cans are taken out. There's a lot of money Lockdog invested in that base. He got a lot out of it. It had been mining for quite a while, but it's gone now. The Robo has been destroyed. It looks like the support will be destroyed as well. I don't think it's going to be able to save it. And the scouts aren't coming back to help. No. Wow, that would be really annoying. That one pylon is powering all of them. Wow, Juan's going to lose his production ability, but he is too focused on his scout army. Scout versus scout. Lockdog eats a lot of shots coming in, but he has so many cannons here. I think that's going to be a good enough. I think that's going to be a good enough advantage with the cannons for Lockdog to take this fight. He's a little bit more timid to do it. We saw versus... there we go, GG. We saw versus Lancer X, he was also timid when it came to scout versus scout, but he had enough. Juan said no economy. Lockdog wins game number 1. Alright. Whoa. Game, are you in chat? Are you in chat? I don't know what to do. Does this mean that I have the wrong replay? They're both on Outlier. Are they both supposed to be on Outlier? I thought there was a set map pool. I don't know if it's loser pick or if it's a set map pool. But yeah, either way, there shouldn't be 2 outliers in a row. So I don't know if this is the same map or same game, or if they made a mistake, or if somebody needs to get disqualified. Game, let me know what's up. Let me know what's up, game. I can actually go look at the map. If there is a map list. Maps. Okay. So it appears to not have an order. There is a set map pool for each individual round, but I don't think that's the order. I think it's just a pool. Game must be in chat, but then not listening, because he is not answering me. Either that or he's checking. Waiting for official word on this. Like, I want to click through all of them to see what all the maps are. He has me on mute. Okay. Awesome. That's what I assumed. Shouldn't be long. Give you non-anti-spoiler. Non-anti-spoiler? So spoiler? Okay. Alright, apparently I'm getting new files. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Not exactly sure. Yeah. This is gonna take a minute. Okay, I got new replays. Do I still have the folder open? Now just change the name of all of these to anti-spoiler them. Not working out. I wanted to. Okay. Rename to. Alright. Perfect timing. Song's over. And I have got new replays. And we will find out whether somebody just has the wrong one. Okay, so game 1, Outlier. Game 2, Destination. Alright. Awesome. So there was an issue. I wasn't supposed to have that one as game 2. This is supposed to be the real game 2. Alright, let's go. That was not from some anime. That was a piano music done as a cover of Castlevania music. And it's sick. It's fucking amazing. Alright. Oh, that's awesome! D is for D-Web, yeah. D is for D-Web. Oh, wow. God, that's great. Alright, so Wands... Is this Wands? Yeah, this one's Wands. Wands is blue. And Lockdog is green. Wands has picked Destination, so he's gonna cheese. He's gonna cheese. No? What? Something's wrong. Okay. I guess the cheese is gonna come a little bit later. That's fine. That's fine. Alright. Stretch. Stretching. So. Alright, Lockdog sending out his scouting drone and immediately scouting out his base. Not going all the way back here. You can hide stuff back here. Getting a little bit fast there with the scout, but that's fine. He's still scouting his own base. It's a pretty solid idea. Pretty solid idea. Alright. So, Lockdog's 2-gating, and Wand scouts the 2-gate. He knows it's coming. But he... Interesting. On a map like this, I'm surprised you don't go 2-gate. It seems like you would really need those extra zealots out early to help defend, because the opponent knows where you're going to be, and you can't wall at the natural. You go for a fast expo like this. If you're gonna not go 2-gate, it means you're going fast tech. But man, it's just like, can the tech come out fast enough? Can the tech come out fast enough? Where's the probe? Here's the probe. Now, this probe hasn't thrown down the proxy yet. Seriously, what's your game, Wands? You've mined over 200 gas already, but you haven't thrown down a cyber core. Did Wands want to go proxy robo, but then forget that you need a cyber core to build a robo? He's got a shield battery, that's cool. But seriously, Wands, Alright, so Wands... Now he's building another gateway. Okay. Wands was like so distraught about trying to like find his D key that he was just playing with one hand. And he was doing his like default PvP build. And then he got his gas and he realized, oh shit. I can't use this. But then he kept mining, so I don't know. He has a lot of gas. Whatever he's going to do, he's gonna have a lot of gas to do it with. He's got 2 dudes mining right now. I think Y is the button for the sniper core. Alright. So, yeah. I kind of expected him to... proxy a robo. Like, in-base proxy a robo, but then I realized he didn't have the sniper core yet. And he really wasn't, like, hiding the probe as much as he could have been. Lockdog's expanding. I understand what Lockdog's doing. He's getting a fast expo, adds an extra gateway, now getting a cyber core to forge, just like it's what Lockdog does every game so far in this tournament. Like, that makes sense. On this side, though, okay, we have a robo facility. We have a robo facility and still 400 gas after the robo. Man, okay. I assumed if he was banking gas, it was going to be for Templar. But no, it's a robo. And to be perfectly frank, like, the robo isn't that much faster than Lockdog could have gotten a robo. He's also getting a Stargate. Like, I don't know, he's got 3 guys on gas now. I don't know. I don't know what Juan's doing here. I hesitate to say that. Wow, that is the fastest observatory we've ever seen in this tour. Like, normally the observatory gets delayed way later, but it's because you were getting cannons anyway to hold off the scouts, so you don't need any detection against DTs. But Juan's doesn't have a forge, so he does need observers. I guess he can put some of the gas towards that. I mean, he's kind of working it down. It's just weird. So, Scout and Reaver are on the way. Meanwhile, Lockdog is going to get 2 Stargate, which is nice. We actually, when going up against Lancer X, it was always Lancer X who went 2 Stargate, and Lockdog only went 1. So now we're seeing Lockdog evolve and go for a 2nd Stargate himself. Now there's a Zealot to scout out when Wands is moving out, but they won't see the shuttle unless the shuttle flies directly in that direction. And, alright, picking up the Reaver. There is a rogue scout in the middle of the map. Shuttle has to try to avoid that as much as possible, and a Corsair coming. Did he cancel his scout? Apparently so, unless... Oh no, the scout came down and tried to pick off this scout. Whoops. It's too focused on the shuttle. And the shuttle's gonna turn around. Not gonna... It would be a suicide mission to send that in, but... I mean, we've seen last game there were multiple suicide missions that turned out very well. But instead, one's just gonna pull back. Where'd the Corsair go? Oh, there it is. Thank you for having your Corsair hotkeyed. Now, Wands is gonna take his expansion rather late compared to Lockdogs. I mean, Lockdogs has been up for a while now. Just looking at this, it's more than 200 minerals gone, where Wands' Nexus isn't even finished. It's going to be 300 minerals by the time it finishes. from every patch. Lockdog has a Citadel. Does he have a Templar Archives? There it is, the Templar Archives and the Fleet Beacon. And does manage to get all the stuff out of the shuttle before it goes down, but now there are 2 Reavers in the natural, and he does not have cannons. This is why we haven't seen the observers, because cannons are so necessary versus a scout-going player. At least when you don't have Coons, and Juan's just GG's. Such manner GGing. But Lockdog takes game number 2 very quickly. Alright, so game number 3 on Icarus. Alright. In the bottom position, as the red Protoss, is Wands. On left position, as the teal Protoss, is Lockdog. That is one of the cool things in this tour. That one didn't, like, it had the undercurrents of a cool thing, but it didn't really look like it. In this tour, when you have 2 players play each other in a best of 5, it was Wands versus Muka, and it was Lockdog versus Lancer X. Those 2 players collectively determine an ideal strategy. And clearly, somehow, in the Wands versus Muka games, whatever the hell that was, it worked. So Wands did it again. Because there was some kind of plan to that. I don't know what it was, but Wands felt like he was going somewhere with that. And he might have altered it at the end, towards the end, because he scouted Lockdog doing something different. But Lockdog had a different idea what was ideal. He played it very differently, and it turned out the think tank, if you will, of Lockdog and Lancer X bested the think tank of Wands and Muka. So, in base for Lockdog, out of base for Wands. We'll see which one it is. It could be an aggressive 2-gate once again, or actually we haven't seen that from Wands yet. It could just be an aggressive 2-gate, or it could be a Forge again. Indeed, it is a Forge. Now, he could go for a fast expand behind this, or he could just cannon rush. We'll see. I had a dream last night. And I don't really normally have very vivid dreams, or I don't remember my dreams a lot, but this one, for whatever reason, like, really sticking with me. I had a dream that I tore a tendon in my knee, so I couldn't move my knee anymore. And it, like it was just in a lot of pain, but it wouldn't move. And I keep having that, like, recurring feeling from that dream of my tendon being torn. But it's not. Obviously, my knee's fine. I've never had knee problems in my life. So it's not as if I'm reliving an old injury. It's just, I don't know. A really weird dream. I really don't remember much else about it, other than it tore, and it hurt a lot. Sorry. I'm distracted by that as we get, as Wands gets his fast expansion up. It will be a fast expansion, it won't be any kind of proxy. I thought about that guy in the chat who says maybe I slept with my leg funny. But when I woke up, my knee was bent. And the whole thing in that dream was that it was painful, but also my leg wouldn't move. I couldn't bend at the knee. So, I mean, I don't think the way I had it was uncomfortable. Maybe it had been uncomfortable at different positions at night, but immediately when I woke up, it was already bending. So I don't know if it was really reflecting the environment. So, Lockdog, after seeing the fast expo with his probe, or at least seeing the fact that there's nothing in the main, realizes... No, he had to have seen the expo, because otherwise it could have been a proxy. After seeing the expo, realizes he doesn't need to get a second gateway. He can instead tech right up to the Stargate, which he is. And get a fast expansion of his own. What kind of tech does Wands have right now? He has a cyber core, and he has his gas. Oh, whoops. I was like, what? But not. Lockdog at 500 gas. And we have not figured out perfect efficiency. I think what's happening is that you build the assimilator and then you build the cyber core. Because that's what you do. Every time you build every time you want to build a cyber core, you build the assimilator immediately beforehand. And then as soon as the assimilator is done, they send probes to start mining from it. But really, they don't need gas until they're gonna. They don't need gas. Well, no, that doesn't even make sense either. Because you start goons right away, but if you have the extra gas, you can just start the Stargate right away. I don't know why these players keep having so much gas. I guess the constant goon production really does keep it down. Alright. So, Wong still has a little bit more time for a start. For his first scout to come out. He does have a Corsair though. One Corsair versus one scout's pretty bad, as the scout outclasses it in just about every way. Which one's getting hurt? There we go. That's the one that's getting hurt. Alright, so the scout may or may not find a kill. Probably not. There are two Corsairs now. Are two Corsairs enough to take on the scout? I don't think so. He's going to do a little bit of micro there. But apparently, yeah, the scout's going to back off. It didn't take any significant damage. It did do a lot to this Corsair, but also did not get a single kill. Oh, did get one kill. Excuse me. He got one probe kill, but really hardly any harass. I guess it's showing a lot of people had been scared of the scouts, and you've seen it in getting the early cannons, which excuse me, which Wands already has up. But Wands is showing over on this side that you can kind of survive because the scouts do damage so slowly. Alright, one Corsair caught out from the rest of the pack. Don't know why he sent one Corsair out on its own, but scouts are gonna fly back home. Ooh. Ooh. That is a second robotics facility. Alright. So orbital support's up. Alright. Alright. So, obviously gonna get speed. We apparently are just going... apparently we are just going Corsair Reaver. Should be interesting. Should be very interesting. And the speed upgrade is on the way for the scouts. Oh, I can't even type. Can't even type. Alright. How many Corsairs are we up to? Just have a control group of 2. He hasn't been using control groups yet on his Corsairs. But he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it looks like. There should be another injured one flying around, I think. The scouts... Ah, there we go. So that's 9. It's 9 Corsairs right now. That's a pretty good number to deal with that level of scouts. Lockdog does have some more cannons coming in, and there we go. I thought I heard an Archon. Alright. Shuttle speed's getting close. We have a shuttle with 2 Reavers in it, and another shuttle with another Reaver on the way. Meanwhile, Lockdog has taken another base. This, obviously is going to put him ahead of Wands, as Wands is starting his quite a bit later. But it could be a liability in defending all this stuff if he doesn't have access to air, and he's really going to have to defend with the Archons. Then this base will almost certainly be lost, because the Archons won't be able to get back and forth between the natural and this base as quickly as the speed shuttles will. It's very short for them, but very long for the Archons. Alright. So speed's done, and the first 3 Reavers are done, but it looks like Wands wants a 4th before finally moving out. We do have D-Web. Alright. I like it. I like it. It's one of those things where theoretically you won't need it, because theoretically you will get your Reavers into the correct position and be able to pick them up when they're in danger, keep them out of range of cannons, but it's a nice thing to have for when the pesky Archons arrive, or when your Reaver's completely surrounded by Zealots, or your Reaver's about to be surrounded by Zealots and you can't get the shuttle over there. You just cast a D-Web on your Reaver, and then it's invincible to Zealots. So some scouts going for some harass over on that side. I wonder... Lockdog saw the Reavers coming in. I was going to say, I wonder if Wands is going to send his Corsairs over there to try to intercept them, because really, that's what matters here. And this is going to be bad for Lockdog, because this is just a peripheral expansion, and he is sending all of his Archons and all of his scouts to deal with it. Where there are 4 Reavers in his base, he's going to lose his main. And then some. Well, he's going to lose the main Nexus, and then some, I should say. Alright, loading the Reavers back up. What are we going to be going for now? There's an upgrade they could try to stop? Although there is a cannon coming in. All the Corsairs, as soon as they see something they can attack, immediately attack on it. A D-Web on the Templar Archives, and now, the DTs. These DTs are actually a really nice counter to Reavers, apparently, because the player who's going for Reaver harass never has observers. It's just not an issue. Oh. I take that back. They totally had an observer. It just was not in the right spot to attack the DTs. That is unfortunate, and now it's dead. Must have been this cannon. So, trading Nexus for Nexus. And Lockdog's obviously going to retake the main Nexus very quickly. Don't know how long it's going to take for Wands to get his back up until it finishes the pylon off. A whole mess of Corsairs and a couple of Reavers. Ooh, flying over the Archons and the DTs. Is there an observer in here? Flying over it again. He's going to drop everything. And a D-Web going down. Actually, a very nice D-Web. But needs to pick him back up now. Dropping the Reavers. Wants to kill the Archon. Gets a DT too. But there is 1 DT left. So he has to pick up again. It's a kind of an interesting tactic using that D-Web there. It stalls the Archon out long enough so it can't get a shot off. And when you have this much energy, you really should be trying to take every possible useful D-Web you can. Which he is. That was a useful D-Web. It's not as if he can ever save it. Alright. So, we have Lockdog. He's getting scouts again. Oh, shoot. Well, I just knocked over my water. Everything is wet now. Okay. So, I'm surprised. I'm surprised he's going scouts just because of how many Corsairs are out, and he's not getting any Corsairs of his own. It seems like it'd be a nice idea here. But nope, here comes the army of Reavers to knock down the front. There are a couple observers too. This is the composition. This is the Sayer Reaver composition, which was some people's pick for being the metagame of this matchup. And now we're actually going to see it come to full fruition here. It can take out stuff really quickly. I mean, it's pretty expensive rebuilding all these scarabs, but it can take out stuff pretty quickly. Alright, loading them back up, and ooh, as I said, you cannot stop the scouts from getting shuttle snipes, but it's just a matter of trying to make it as painful as possible. So 2 Reavers are gone. Lockdog picked a really nice time to go in. Ooh, thinking about it again, you don't want to go for the shuttles if they don't have Reavers in them. It's just not worth it. And still making more scarabs. Unfortunately, versus single buildings, the Reavers, it's not a very cost-efficient way of killing stuff, and it doesn't die that quickly when the buildings are not clumped up. So, we have 125 supply from Lockdog, we have 138 supply from Wands. Wands is looking pretty strong right here in the... Wow. Lockdog was ready to pick off those shuttles as soon as they were out of position. Oh, and there's a Templar. He can't get Storm. Can't get Storm, it's unpowered. I was gonna say, this is like prime Storm target right here, but no. Should back up a little bit. Or D-Web, one of the two. Alright. And on the other side, the scouts want to go for a little bit of a counterattack, and really there's not a whole lot else they can do right now. The Corsairs are going to be pulled away. Now they're not, heading immediately back. And, alright, I guess it's an interesting tactic from Lockdog, trying to distract the Corsairs away so that the scouts can come in and get a kill. Doesn't quite finish off the Reaver, but gets pretty close, and now Lockdog's going to start losing his Stargates. Does he have Stargates elsewhere? Yeah, he has a Templar Archives elsewhere. Researching Storm. Oh, I was wondering if he could, like, have an unpowered Storm researching and then start it somewhere else, but no, it looks like he had to cancel it to start it. But Storm is slowly on the way. Meanwhile, the scouts going back in. I really doubt that they killed all those probes. I think they just transferred away. 4 more Reavers. A huge, huge number of Reavers here, and we're trading bases in a really interesting way. Wands actually is going to run out of money. Wands is going to run out of money, and he doesn't have a whole lot of bank, and he has to keep spending them on more scarabs. He doesn't have another base, where Lockdog has 2 extra bases. What an interesting decision. I was thinking that this would be... I was questioning this decision from Lockdog at first, because if the Corsairs catch you, all your scouts are dead. You want to keep your scouts by the cannon so that you can at least kill off as many Corsairs as possible. But by doing this, the Corsairs, when they pull away, you can run away. You can see exactly what the Corsairs are doing. And you actually can trade. Alright, we finally got Storm done. Finally got Storm done. That was a whiff of a Storm. You can start taking out some of these. These Templars have had a lot of time to gather energy. And of the 8 Reavers, 4 of them already dead. Pff, wow, we are storming those shuttles. That one's no, that doesn't have any more energy. Unfortunately, though, Wands has no money. He has 1 mineral. And he is going to long-distance mine. You should be long-distance mining with more. He should send everything to long-distance mine right now. Because he has 4 scarabs left. 4 scarabs left. He's not even going to have scarabs to kill all the probes. Oh, man. He has no scarabs. He has no scarabs. He only has 1 Reaver left, and he's lost his main. But it's okay. He's long-distance mining. I don't know why he's not long-distance mining with everything. At this point, the scouts really should try to the Corsairs should really try to murder the scouts. Like these ones here. You don't have any more Reavers to defend. All the Reavers are dead. There's no reason to be hanging out here. Just try to intercept these guys. Just try to intercept those guys. That's all you can hope for right now. Lockdog obviously sees the long distance mining. Alright. I think if one still had one mining base, this would be a really interesting game. Like, because this was just such a strong, it would have been such a strong army. He wouldn't have been a little so careless with the Reavers before, but now it's just about unwinnable. Where are the scouts? Scouts. Those aren't all the scouts. Where are these scouts? They're the scouts. Alright, and yeah, this is all that Lockdog needed to do. He just needs to shut down that long distance mining operation. He did eventually send all of his probes to do it, but now the Corsairs aren't even helping. What are the Corsairs doing? They're going in, de-webbing a bunch to harass. He can't realize. He can't. There's no way he knows about this base. If he knew about this base, he would quit. Because it's like this base just makes it so over. But I think that Wands assumes that Lockdog is also not mining, and that he has a chance. This Corsair is gonna see it. Is gonna see it. Yeah, it saw some cannons. He knows now. He knows. There we go. Indeed, Lockdog is in the finals, going 3-0 over Wands. Wands will play in the 3rd, 4th place match.